2025 Ford Maverick. It's been refreshed this year. Today we have the Lariat trim, which is a bit more on the luxury side, but it's actually pretty cheap. It's just over $40,000 in the US and about 50 grand in Canada, and it has a lot to deliver. It's got luxury where you want it and utility where you need it. The Maverick is proof that you don't need a massive truck to make a big statement. This is a compact truck, but despite its size, it actually makes a lot of sense, especially if you live in an urban area. Let's go for a drive and test out the Maverick. This is a fairly compact truck. It's smaller than the F-150 and the Ranger, but it refuses to compromise. Despite its small size, it's actually quite practical, and it makes a lot of sense, especially if you live in an urban area, because you lose about 1 foot of bed space compared to a normal F-150, so you still get most of the practicality that you'd find in a pickup, but it's in a much smaller body. It makes it way easier to live with and cheaper for city living. Under the hood, we have a 2.5 liter Atkinson cycle 4-cylinder engine. It's paired with an e-CVT. It makes 191 horsepower and 155 pound-feet of torque, and for 2025 it is now available in an all-wheel drive configuration for the hybrid. It was only available with front-wheel drive last year. Let's do a full stop here, and we're gonna use this drive mode selector on the steering wheel. I like that it's here, so it's very easy to access. We're in sport mode, and we're just gonna send it. Okay, it does take a little bit of time to get to 60 miles per hour. It's rated to get there in 7.7 seconds. Not horrible, it's enough power for day-to-day use, but if you want something more powerful, you should get the turbocharged EcoBoost. Also, not to be confused with your built-in pulley CVT that people hate on gasoline cars. With the hybrid, it is a planetary set of gears, so it's actually a pretty good transmission. It just sounds like a CVT, but it's very responsive. It doesn't really hunt for any gears, and it knows exactly where you need to be just to send power. It is paired with 2 electric motors to help it out, and it's actually quite responsive. The quick pickup makes it very easy to slip into traffic in town, and I think this is an adequate amount of power for this car. For the all-wheel drive system, unlike the systems in like a Toyota with just an electric motor, there is an actual drive shaft, and it takes power, and it uses a clutch to transfer power to the back. It's all electronically controlled with an e-transaxle, and that power can be shifted left and right using the brakes. And when you're just coasting, most of the time the power will not be sent to the rear wheels at all. It'll just become a front-wheel drive truck just to save fuel. But when it detects any slip, it will start transferring power right to the back when you need it. It's not a full-time all-wheel drive, but when slip is detected, power is transferred to the rear. It sits on a unibody platform, so it drives like a crossover. It doesn't have a harsh ride like most body-on-frame trucks do. There is some body roll, but it's actually pretty minimal considering that truck, because it has a fairly low center of gravity. The steering wheel is a bit heavier, it is precise, it's sharp, and I do like the little bit of weight. It helps you figure out where the wheels are. The ride sits on the stiffer side, especially with these 19-inch wheels, but that helps reduce the body roll, and I don't mind this for daily living. It's not wobbly on the highway. It has really good city manners. Visibility is also great with the squared off corners. Makes it very easy to judge when you're parking. And even though it's not fast or anything, it's a very livable truck. And the mileage in this is excellent. You get 40 miles per gallon in the city and 34 miles per gallon on the highway. With the all-wheel drive, you do gain 2 extra MPGs if you do go for the front-wheel drive option. Very respectable, very cheap to operate, and what we've been averaging all week is about 37 miles per gallon, which is right on the money. It's very respectable and very cheap to run.
So it absolutely passes the fuel economy test. Because it gets such great mileage, the Maverick makes for the ultimate daily driver. But logging all those daily miles means the interior is going to take a beating, which brings us to today's sponsor, Lasfit. We use these ourselves here on Sleepy Garage because they are laser measured for a perfect edge-to-edge fit. Unlike the factory options, Lasfit uses these deep raised edges to trap all the mud, snow, and salt before it ever touches your carpet. They also lock securely into the Maverick's factory retention points, so there's zero slipping or sliding around under the pedals. The TPE material is super durable, completely odorless, and when it comes to maintenance, cleanup takes 0 effort. You just pull them out, hose them off, and you're right back on the road. If you want to protect your own interior and get a set of these, check out the link in the description and the pinned comment below. Make sure to use my discount code to save on your order. Alright, now back to the video.
we did get a new facelift for 2025, so you get these brand new headlights. They look a lot better, more sleek, brand new bumper, and a brand new grille as well. We don't have the black appearance package, so you will see some silver here, but you can get that for an extra 1,600 bucks, which also comes with black wheels, which we don't have, but I actually like these blackish silver wheels. They're 19-inch wheels here. Coming to the side, you get your Lariat badge here, of course. It's a pretty small truck. It actually fits in my garage, which is a reason why a lot of people do buy it, because you can't fit it in a lot of tighter parking spaces. It's also relatively high to the ground compared to a crossover, so you do get more clearance if you do plan on taking it off-roading. Coming around to the back, we do get incandescent taillights back here, and this vehicle is also equipped with a tow package, which means it can tow about 4,000 pounds, and you do get your trailer brakes and extra cooling for towing. Oh, this is not dampened at all. So unlike the F-150 Lariat, it's not powered or dampened, so this does drop, so you will have to lower it pretty carefully. You do get a power outlet here. You get 400 watts of power in the back, and you also get box LED lighting in here, which is pretty useful at night, and some tie downs here, and a rear window that opens. It's a 4.5-foot bed, so it's a bit smaller than an F-150, but you can still carry quite a bit of things here. And what I also like about the Maverick is that you get a spare tire underneath, which is a lot better than a fix-a-flat kit. Inside the Maverick, it's actually pretty nice in here, especially with this Lariat trim. You get a lot of blue accents, not overly bright blue, so I do like it a lot. And it works well with these truffle colored leather seats. You can get this in black or in this color. It's Active X material is what they call it. It's a synthetic leather, and it's actually more durable, and it feels pretty soft compared to normal leather. Lots of space in here, even for a compact truck. I like the shifter here. It isn't in the way. I don't mind the rotary at all. It's a lot better than buttons. You get your parking brake here, and just your volume control here. It's a physical knob, which I do like, and your rear glass opener, as well as a wireless charger, 2 USB ports, 1 USB-C, and then you get a 13.2-inch screen here. It runs on this Ford UI. It's very quick, easy, and responsive to use. It's actually one of the better systems out there, and you also get your wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which you can make split screen or full screen. And in the middle here, you do get what they call a productivity screen. It's 8 inches. The resolution is okay, it's not the greatest out there, but it's very easy to use and it displays everything you need here. No heads-up display in this Lariat Maverick. You do get your Bang & Olufsen speakers. They actually sound really good in this truck. You also get ambient lighting in here and an available sunroof. You also get standard driver assistance, including lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, automatic high beams, rear cross traffic alert, and blind spot monitor all come with the truck. And for the Lariat trim, you get a 360 camera, which is quite helpful when you're parking in tight spots. In the back of the Maverick, it's actually quite spacious here, and underneath the seat, you get a lot of space to put other things here as well. And when you fold them down, right on in. I'm sitting right behind myself at 5'8". There's a good amount of space for me. Headroom's actually pretty good as well. Your armrest here with 2 cup holders, but Ford also gave us this, which you can clip on here so you can put bigger like soda cups. You got 2 USB-C ports, and then we also have AC 120 volt 400 watt outlet here as well. For buyers who don't need the full-size pickup truck capabilities, the Maverick is an honest truck with plenty of capabilities in a compact space. It's fuel efficient and it's a great price. It's extremely practical and there's a good amount of room for passengers. It's very easy to live with around town. It's kind of in a class of its own. The only real other competitor I can think of is the Santa Fe from Hyundai. So if you're in the market for a compact pickup, this is a great buy. That is all, guys. Thanks for watching.